Millions of Americans are hitting the road for 4th of July celebrations. AAA says more than 60 million people are driving ahead of the holiday. And if that is you, expect to save some cash at the gas station. Never thought I'd say that. Prices have dropped quite a bit since Memorial Day. In Illinois, those prices average out to $4.02 per gallon. Missouri drivers will pay a bit less than that, around $3.45. Here in the metro area, you can expect to pay around $3.66. Experts say another 6 million travelers are flying for the 4th here at Lambert Airport in St. Louis. Officials are expecting about 55,000 passengers this weekend. They're expecting about 16,000 travelers today, and then tomorrow will be the busiest day with roughly 22,000 passengers boarding flights after the holiday. Now, if you're staying in town, there's a lot of ways to celebrate around our area. Here in St. Charles, folks are gathering for the annual Riverfest at Frontier Park. There's going to be live music and activities out there for the whole family. The big parade kicks off at 10 this morning, and there's a fireworks show planned for 9 tonight. St. Charles County first responders will also be set up with cooling stations and other resources. Those will be critical to make sure folks stay safe in this heat.
So, we're all going to be out here and you're going to kind of feel the effects. But when you start to get into things like lightheadedness, nausea, and vomiting, that should be your clue that it's time to get out of the heat and seek some shelter for sure.
The festivities, the air-conditioned tents can be as much as 20 degrees cooler than outside. Officials also plan to open a time capsule that's been sealed for 50 years. You'll love to see that. And O'Fallon, Missouri is hosting its annual Heritage and Freedom Fest. There's going to be live music and food there. All the essentials you need for a good July 4th celebration. And at 9:30 this morning, there's a big parade stepping off at the corner of Main Street and Civic Park Drive. It continues with the festival along T.R. Hughes Boulevard. You can also celebrate at the City Museum tonight. It's opening up the rooftop from 7 to 11 p.m., offering guests a panoramic view of fireworks all across the St. Louis skyline. There will be food, cocktails, and a DJ. And the crown jewel of this year's celebrations, the America's Birthday Parade, sponsored by the Celebrate St. Louis Foundation. Organizers have been hard at work for months ahead of this event. Our chief photojournalist, Randy Schrinker, has a behind-the-scenes look at some of the floats you'll see on market later today.
My name is Ryan Marshall. I'm the artistic director for all of these parade floats. Did you know St. Louis has its very own parade den? Let me show you around. He's been pulled out just over the weekend and attached to this board. And we're going to take him and take brushes to him and try to get everything off of him that's loose. And then give him a light coat of paint. There's really 3 people that get it all done, plus myself. A carpenter, a painter, an all-around handyman that helps get it all done. We're in front of the circus wagon right now. This is our circus float. It has a live band on it, and it's animated. This animation, though, doesn't require any batteries or any motors. Inside, there's a lever that we pull down, and when I disengage this lever, I'll drop it. It lowers a wheel onto the street. So as the float is moving, there's a tire that's engaged with the street. And when that engages, it makes all of these wheels go around. Absolutely anything I can recycle, I will. All of our leaves on this float are made from recycled water bottles. They are all cut, stomped on, opened up, wired onto frames, and then painted, and it is a meticulous project. All right, here we are, the VP Den.
So these are all costumes that you guys have built throughout the years.
Well, these are some of the old ones. We've got some vintage costumes that are actually grandfather claused in. We actually do have Disney's permission to use these. We have a letter from Walt Disney that dates back to the 60s. These are the costumes that we use for the walking ball team, and they give the baseballs out. This is the costume for the Tin Man. He's not in the parade this year. This year, it's almost everything's red, white, and blue.
So we'll have over 100 units total. That includes 8 marching bands, 20 floats coming out of the warehouse here, various miscellaneous units, VIP dignitaries, and actually a truckload of candy, baseballs, and American flags.
The entire ship tilts back and forth from side to side, and then they can shoot confetti off of the top. But the poor driver, this is his very comfortable seat that he gets to sit in. This is a combination of metal for the railings, wood for a lot of the platforms, but then a lot of this structure is actually styrofoam. So if you look, I can push this with my finger, it's mushy. It does not make the sound, which is sad, but I think we're probably glad it doesn't make that sound. That would be very loud to have in here.
The parade is set for 4 this afternoon. It'll step off from Market and 14th before moving down Market toward the Arch. It's all sponsored by the Celebrate St. Louis Foundation. We will be covering it live here on 5 on Your Side and on the KSDK streaming app where you are right now. Our Michelle Lee and Brent Solomon will be your host. And you'll want to stick around after the parade. There's live performances from Stephen Marley, Kenny Loggins, and Miranda Lambert. It's all followed by a drone show and fireworks spectacular at 9:40.